All right, once again we are in this room, so making do with what I've got. Okay, here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mihir Joshi, and okay, let me fix the positioning of my phone, and we are in a much better position now compared to what I was doing. These are the things that I need to do to make this work, during this pandemic. But you guys know about it already. So I'm super excited about my guest today. He's somebody whom I have admired and loved his music since a very, very long time. I know everybody knows him for the work that he's done in the past, but what I am really, really excited about is the work that he's going to be doing in the future. Because he's got some unbelievable songs lined up for all of you. If you think you've heard the best of Leslee Lewis so far, trust me when I say this, the best is genuinely yet to come. So let's talk to him right now and find out a little bit more about his latest song, which is called Chandrama. If you've not seen it already on YouTube, you should definitely go and check it out. It is come on the MJ show. The absolutely brilliant, the iconic, in my opinion, genuinely legendary Leslee Lewis. Hi Leslie, welcome back on the MJ show.
Hey, Mihir, why don't you tell them something about yourself? Stop talking about me.
Well, you know what?
This guy, Mihir Joshi, is one of the most understated guys. And everybody has always asked me a simple question. For this generation, what is it that how will they make it? What do you need, that secret sauce? And I tell them one thing, it's passion. And this guy has had the passion to do it. If you check all the shows that he's done it on his own steam. Whether people came, didn't come, listened, didn't come, he was just doing it. And that's why, that passion tells. And that's why I would love to introduce you for the wonderful stuff. I mean, besides winning a GMA award for your song.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I have told you always that, getting to know you over these last few years has been really, really special for me. I mean, I know we are in the same business and it was inevitable that we would meet. But honestly speaking, and I've said this to you and I'm saying this to everybody watching right now, that of all the people I know in the music business, somebody whom I think of genuinely as family is the man sitting across me right now. So I'm super excited about the fact that he's got this new song out. And before we talk about anything else, let's go straight into that. Oh, also, I have to tell you guys, by the way, I'm sweating so much. It's a ridiculously hot and humid day in Mumbai today. I was saying, if you guys haven't seen the first time Leslie appeared on the MJ show, which was, I think, almost 5 or 6 years ago, he was in season 1, I will give you a swipe up link. I actually gave you a swipe up link of that earlier today. Go and check that out. You'll get to know a little bit about the past work that he has done, whether it's Colonial Cousins, whether it's the work that he did doing ad jingles, writing songs for so many of the biggest pop musicians of our country, and of course, a little bit of his solo work, which was done back in the day. But today we're going to be focusing on not just the new song, but the work that's going to be coming in the years that follow. So, Leslie, let's start with Chandrama. It's a little bit of a throwback, but it's still a brand new, fresh song, because this is the only reason I say throwback is because I think one of the most iconic songs associated with you, even if it was a part of the Colonial Cousins repertoire, was of course Krishna. So after doing a beautiful, iconic song about Krishna, we now have a phenomenal song about Ganpati. So tell me a little bit about that.
So, I mean, if you noticed, when I wrote Krishna, I wrote that song in English.
Right.
Somehow everybody in India got it.
Right.
But Chandrama I've written completely in Hindi.
Right.
Besides, singing it and composing it, I've also written it in Hindi. So I can reach out to more people. And the whole song is really about all of us in the business. I mean, I'm talking about you and me. We are the entertainment industry. We are trashed. There's so much trashing happening for so many people, not just entertainment, so many businesses. And everybody no clue what's going to happen next. I mean, they're all kind of groping in the dark. So in these
Yeah.
dark, I decided that if I'm going to start my career as an independent singer, performer, artist, literally, just doing my own stuff, because I've done music for everybody. I've done no music for Leslie Lewis in the true sense. I've
Correct.
done a few smattering here and there, by the way, kind of thing. But now, here comes Leslie Lewis. So I said, what am I going to do? Do I just start with one more great, funny song, fun song, dancey song, listening, romantic song? And I just thought, why not I write a song for all my fans and for all the people around, because everybody's lost. So can I pray for them and ask Ganpati, can you connect us with Chandrama, because we are in these dark times, we can't see कि आगे कहाँ जाना है, आगे पैर कहाँ रखे. So if Chandrama comes in the scene, we might get a little bit of उजाला. तो कुछ तो दिखेगा, क्योंकि मैंने तो सितारों से भी पूछा है, लेकिन सितारों की पता नहीं चांद का है. So everybody's lost. So the prayer is really to Ganpati to connect Chandrama to all of us, so we can see post-pandemic where will we go. And that's my arti, that's my prayer for humanity, and hopefully a good startup for me, starting my new nonsensical musical life.
As they always say, generally, at least in India, whenever there's any auspicious occasion, it always starts with a little prayer to Ganpati, and I think it's a great way to start off, as you say, your fifth innings. And by the way, for everybody who's wondering why he says the fifth innings, go and watch that first interview that I did with him. He talks about the first four innings of his career. But yes, I think it's a great way to kick things off. But let's talk a little bit more now that we kind of know what the song is about. Let's talk about the actual making of the song, because you obviously recorded it right now during the pandemic. You shot the video during this whole lockdown period. How did you go about doing this?
So we were all locked up. So I in the lockdown, I just kind of wrote the song. I created the melody. I wrote the lyrics. I just played all the instruments myself. I mixed it myself. I recorded it myself. And my co-vocalist, Kavya Jones, she had come around. So she kind of helped me, because as a singer, any singer, I think, I can sing it myself, but you always have the other viewpoint. So kind of, kind of vocal supervision, somebody out there. So she helped me with that. But besides that, I pretty much mixed everything myself. And then I sent it off to Donald Whelan. Now, Donald Whelan is the guy who I mastered Hasina. I mastered Janam, Rahul and I. And way back in the 90s at Townhouse. So he was one of the engineers there. And it was so good to connect back with Donald, and he's become an iconic guy in Wales. So I sent this song to him, and he mastered it. And once that was done, the strange part, the universe comes around full circle. I believe that. And so you know the Band of Boys.
Yeah, of course.
And Sharon Varghese is one of the Band of Boys, and he heard the song, and I was telling him, he just started this new studio or whatever, and he said, so when he heard that I was going to make this video, he just came up to me and said, sir, whatever, it's not the money, whatever, minimum, I will do whatever I can, but you gave me Band of Boys. Today I have the studio, I have this, whatever I'm doing is because of Band of Boys. So can I give you something back? Can I make that video for you? And it was so wonderful. And he got the best people on the job. He wonderfully put it together, directed it, and it sounds so cool. It looks so cool. So yeah, I'm really proud of this one, and it's a big shout out to Sharon for putting it all together.
Sharon has this thing called the Circuit. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check him out on Facebook. He's been doing some fantastic stuff. Sharon Varghese is a true, as Leslie was very, very, generously complimenting me at the start of this episode, I can definitely say that he falls in that same category. Somebody who's been working his butt off no matter what, whether things are good or bad. The most important thing is to keep working. And I think Sharon's one of those guys who's been working and who's been at it for the longest time. And he's a really, really cool guy. You should go and check this Circuit thing out. It's on his Facebook page. But this is what the final result of that music video was. Now, if you guys haven't seen you got to get that little ring light reflecting on this. So rather than me showing you the video here, what I'm going to do is, once this episode gets done, in the description of the video on YouTube, I'm going to give you a link to Chandrama. And I'm also going to give you a swipe up link once again today after the interview is over. You can swipe up and go and check out the video. And once you've seen the video, like I always say, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with everybody. Share it on your WhatsApp group. Send it to your mom and dad and tell them to share it on their WhatsApp groups as well. Because this is the kind of song that young people, older people, all sorts of people will like. This is definitely a universally lovable song, and make sure you share it with absolutely everybody. So before we talk about anything else, can I hear you sing a little bit of Chandrama?
Mihir, I just want to stress on what you just said. You really need to help share this song and all the songs that are going to come, because in today's time, I'm doing this with, it's absolutely independent. It's just done by you. There's no real record label behind it. There's no real, management behind it. It's just us.
Correct.
It's just us, that musical community. So, yeah, if you like it, I would also, just like Mihir said, I would, kind of say, please do it.
Please do. I absolutely agree. So before we talk about other stuff, can I hear you sing a little bit of Chandrama?
Okay, I'm going to try. गणपति देव चंद्रमा से तू मिला, गणपति देव चंद्रमा से तू मिला, तेरे बिना मैं यहाँ पूछूं तारों से तू कहाँ, ढूंढूं तुझे night and day, मिल ना पाऊं क्यों मैं तुझे, तेरी रोशनी में हर खुशी, मुझे रास्ता तू बता, इस अंधेरे में कुछ ना देखे, चंद्रमा तू कहाँ, देवाय गणपति देवा चंद्रमा से तू मिला, गणपति देवा चंद्रमा तू मिला,
Yeah, that was beautiful. And I just thought that, while you are singing, instead of people just looking at my smiling face, and let them see your video as well. 100%, ladies and gentlemen, everybody go and check that video out. And the song is also available on all streaming platforms. So whether you listen to it on Spotify or Wink or Ghana or Savan or whatever platform, make sure you listen to the song as well, because like Leslee said, for every independent artist, and I see a lot of young people who are also singers who are wanting to put their music out, this is genuinely the one and only way of making sure that good music reaches more people, that is sharing it with as many people as possible. And that's the only way that non-film music in our country can also grow. Because see, with film music, there is these ridiculous amounts of budgets that they have to promote the song. And that's how you get your millions of views in a day. That's the reality, and all of us know it. But for genuine music to be heard, you guys are the most important. If you're a fan of some artist, that's the first thing that you got to do. Subscribe to their YouTube channel, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Facebook, find out when they've got a new song coming out, and when that new song comes out, share it with absolutely everybody. So Leslee, let's talk about what's next. You've got Chandrama out. I know there's a big bank of songs in your mind and on your computer.
You're one of those few people who knows that. because you've heard
Yes.
it.
I have. So what's the plan? Are you going to be looking at releasing songs on a regular basis from now on?
Yeah, I mean, because I'm starting off my new musical space for my independent self, which has started with Chandrama. Uh, I've got maybe 70, 80 songs there, maybe more. And
It's amazing.
I could very well release 5 songs every month for the next 2 years. And it's all done, more or less. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
not the plan because I don't want to like throw things on people, just put tons of content. You have no time to listen to it. And I also know that, every song needs some sort of visual thing and it's not easy. So I'm hoping that every month, if I can come out with a new song, a new project. So basically, it's all of my songs. My co-vocalist Kavya Jones has always been part of my system for the last 2 years. She's been an apprentice, and that's what I keep telling people: learn to apprentice. You can't go for 2 months and 3 months. She's done 2 years minimum from everything from my live gigs, performing with me, going for my recordings, supervising stuff, coming for meetings. And she's learned that and she's figured it out. So now I said, now's the time for you to do. So she is like one of the new artists that I'm going to end up promoting myself completely. Just like in the 90s, you had a Parihu Man, you had a Janan Samjakaro, and Yaro Dosti. With those young artists, I'm going to be doing something, So you'll see a couple of songs of hers coming along with mine, one after the other. So everybody gets to
Right.
hear of it. And if we get lucky, you'll be on that bandwagon too.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm super excited, genuinely. Like you said, I'm one of the few people who heard so much of the material that you got in your bank, which is stuff that, I think one of the most important things right now, or at any given point of time in the history of music, is having a great melody. And I think you always figured that out. I mean, all your songs, whether it was the work that you had with the Colonial Cousins or even Hasina, which I've always told you I used to love. I mean, in fact, I'll tell you what, honestly, when I heard Hasina for the first time is when I knew that, man, if I ever sing in Hindi, that's the kind of music that I'd want to be doing, which is, it feels like it's an English song, it's a Western song, but it's great Hindi lyrics, it's great songwriting, and it's a great melody that is very easily appreciated even by an Indian audience, but at the same time, anybody with a Western mentality or mind space will also really enjoy the kind of music that you've made. So I think you've got some
I'm
great
hoping
songs lined up for sure.
I'm hoping global Hindi, when I start off post Chandrama, is going to go in that direction where the international listener can also like it, and so can the Indian
Correct.
listener. Just like Colonial
And
Cousins
that's
is on
a,
the fence. What I'm saying, you can be on the fence
correct.
and appeal to both.
Absolutely. And see, I keep saying this, and I've said this to a few people in this last couple of months itself. When we in India can listen to a Spanish song and dance to it, or listen to Korean pop music and dance to it, if production of Indian material is made on international standards, there's no reason why a kid in Korea or a kid in Mexico or a kid in Brazil can't be dancing or can't be enjoying or loving Hindi music, just like kids here in India are loving, Korean music or Spanish music or Italian music or whatever it is. I think that's what you meant when you said the global Hindi music.
Yeah, I really feel music has got no language. If you like music, then it's really easy to kind of connect to any music. I don't think most Indians even know what jazz is. You just like
Yeah,
the vibe of it. Even if it's
correct.
instrumental. I'm just saying, it's not your culture, but you still like listen to that. You listen to rock music. And what happened is, when I was growing up, all my friends, so I had two sets of friends. One was the English speaking lot, fundamentally thinking English speaking, and the other one was thinking Hindi, speaking English because we were in school together, but basically Hindi. So they listened to Kishore Kumar, they listened to Mohammed
Correct.
Rafi. They were not into Jimi Hendrix, they were not into Eric Clapton, they were not into Beatles in that sense. And I realized, why am I the Indian, just like them? They're an Indian, I'm an Indian. I love this music and they don't seem to like connect. Why? And I realized that because they can't understand the lyrics after 2 lines, they've kind of lost it. They've lost the language. So they like the music, but they can't they can't they can't understand the words and stuff like that. So I decided that with Global Hindi, I'm going to bring all the music that I grew up with. So when you hear it, you'll hear Simon and Garfunkel, you'll hear Deep Purple, you'll hear whatever that I grew up with: funk, jazz, big band, bossa nova, blues. It's all going to be there as global music, and in that blues and funk, there'll also be Indian classical sometimes. There'll be Indian folk sometimes. So it's the music is
Correct.
global. Music is global, but it'll all be in Hindi. It's all in Hindi, but it's not Indian.
Yeah.
Because I don't
And
sing
it
classical. I don't sing classical. So if you listen to Chandrama, is a great example of a
correct.
song that is global Hindi, because it's the tune is Indian, but the music is all guitar solo and it's all played by guitar. And nowhere am I singing in a typically. I'm not a classical singer. Yeah, I've tried to keep the essence of it, but
Correct.
I'm singing Chandrama, se tu mela, what? Which is not
Correct.
Indian music. So it's global, it's
Correct.
Hindi, but it's not Indian.
That's fantastic. And, I mean, I am excited to see the new songs that come out in the weeks and months that follow. Once again, guys, if you're not following Leslie Lewis on Instagram and on YouTube, you should definitely do that. Go and subscribe to his YouTube channel right away, because, you'll keep getting his upcoming songs, his new music on that, and hit that bell icon so that, when a new song goes up, you actually get a notification of that and it doesn't get lost in all the hundreds of various channels that you are subscribed to. Because I know every person is subscribed to at least 50 to 100 channels. So when you get, and when you go on your computer or on your phone, and if you look at your YouTube, the home page, you get so many notifications coming from everywhere. So hit the notification, that bell icon on the channels that you definitely do not want to miss. And I think Leslie Lewis's channel should be one of those channels that you want to know when that content comes out, because there's going to be about a song a month from now on, and Chandrama is the newest song that is out right now. Leslie, before we wrap up for today, is there something that you can tell us about an upcoming song that is coming out? Is there some maybe like a sneak preview of some sort that you can talk to us? I know you've got a song that you're working on with Kavya as well. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I like Kavya's album is something I'm producing personally. Like, in the old days, there was always a record label producing it. I was doing the music, I was contracted to do it. So that's how it was, like a system that worked. In today's time,
Correct.
I decided that, she has the talent. So why can't I produce for her? And
Correct.
it's a 4-song EP,
Right.
and besides that, I've got her to do Lag Ja Gale, which is not on this EP, but you have to hear it. It's
Yeah.
everybody's turned around and said, like, wow, she is this that girl singing, and Saregama has gone for it. So they've already accepted it on their channel because it sounds so amazing. But on
Yeah.
this album will be only original, so it'll be 4 songs, and the first song is so cool. You got to hear it. You're going to love it. And I also have a rapper on. So
Oh, sweet.
1080G is going to be, he's already, the song is so super cool, and she sounds amazing, he sounds amazing, and the track is got that, I love this old school, but it's completely new.
Very
And
cool. Very cool.
it's like soul, it's got a dance, blues, soul kind of vibe, which is really nice, very cool. Very laid back, but very cool. So I'm looking
Very,
forward to
very.
that song coming out. Probably that'll be her first song. So that's
That'll be
coming.
her first single.
I
Okay.
don't know whether the next one is going to be that right now. So that's a very quick decision happening right now. Is the next one going to be Kavya's song, or the next one's going to be one more of mine? If that's the song, then it'll probably be a song called Na 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 Na. So it's like, me telling all the girls, तू कहे ना 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 ना, जब भी आता तू कहे ना ना ना, मैं कहता हूँ हाँ हाँ हाँ, तू कहते ना ना ना, ऐसे आजा बाहू में आए. So it's like a fun song. It's fun, masti kind of song. Okay, na 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 na. It's like doing na na. So na 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 has become musical, but she's saying na na na. मैं बोला हाँ हाँ आ जाए. So that's the whole fun. And it's a very drivey kind of song. You can kind of drive to it and listen to it. It's not like your in-your-face dance kind of thing. So it's all going to come. So I thought maybe after Chandrama, that might be a good song for me to do. So it'll either be that one or it'll be that super cool blues meets slightly, very mellow dance kind of space.
Well, looking forward to both the new songs that are coming out. Listen, you know what? For everybody watching, about a couple of weeks ago, I announced that I have a big announcement to make. I did not tell you what that announcement is going to be. I've kept it in my stomach for like a long, long time. But I'm going to ask Leslie right now if we can give not a preview of what the song will be, but at least make a basic announcement of what we have planned. He kind of mentioned it briefly a little while ago, but I'd love for you guys to find out a little bit more right now. Leslie, can we tell them what's happening?
I think what's happening with you and me is exactly what's happening with Kavya.
Yeah.
You know, for 2 years she's been saying, I want to do my album. I said, okay, now you're ready. You, on the other hand, have been very similar, very persistent, saying, you know, one song of yours, can you compose one song for me, one song for me? And you said this to me a long time, and I believed I wanted to do it, but I thought, you know, when I do it, it should be the right space. And I think the song that I have composed is sounding really cool, very romantic, very Mihir Joshi. In my, you know, that Mihir Joshi is going to come out completely. I feel when you hear that, you're going to sound finally like you sound, being completely romantic. So I know that side of you. So it's going to sound, and I really think everybody should lock in, because that song is going to be a very cool, you know, I love this song kind of vibe. If you liked Hasina, you're going to like this kind of space. It's like Hasina.
Okay.
It's got that same.
Okay, this is the craziest thing, guys. I have goosebumps right now because I've been dying to tell you about this for the longest time, and rather than me saying I wanted, and I've told you guys so many times, this is a gentleman that I've respected and loved for the longest period of time, and it's true what he just said. I've been behind him for the longest time, telling him, Leslie, once in my life, I want to work with you on a song, and I want you to produce a song for me. And finally, it is happening. So you guys get to know it right here. That's the exclusive that you're getting to know in this episode, that I'm working on a song with somebody who I absolutely love and adore. And hopefully, within a few months, a month or two, hopefully we'll have the song ready. And I can't wait. And
we've got to do it. With this lockdown, we've not been able to meet up and things like that. But as it happens now, you know, I'm because the song is sounding. It's one of those songs I can wake up any day and just sing it. I don't have to think. I can sing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's how melodic it is. It's got a strong melody. It's got that nice hippie dancey kind of space about it. So I think
absolutely. You know, I can't wait to sing the song. And like you said, finally, now that the lockdown is kind of easing off a little bit, finally we'll be able to get together and do it. And by the way, I want to address some of your fans who've been here. Yazid has been mentioning things from the very start. He is a massive fan, and he was just saying how much he's re-loving Hasina right now. Jay Ramnani is excited about our song together. That's awesome. And I see Kumar Paji over here, the fabulous lyricist Kumar is here, and he said he's learned a lot from you, and he's just sending you a lot of love right now, which is awesome.
I have to tell you, Kumar is one of the finest writers I've worked with, because
100%.
Everybody's a good writer, all know their language. I made him do an Assamese album with the actual lyrics in Assamese, and I said, can you write it now in Hindi jo samajh mein aaye? Hindi wali, but it should sound like Assamese. It should have the phonetics. I'm telling you, he's done such an amazing job, and you know, so I must tell you that you know, Kumar is one of my all-time favorite rocking songwriters.
Oh, he's a rock star. He genuinely is a rock star. I mean, the guy has written all the biggest hits right now. Sorry?
I said he's such a genuinely nice guy. No airs about him. He's become Kumar. I know him from when he hadn't become Kumar to he's become the biggest thing. I mean, every T-Series song, it's all Kumar, but he's still Kumar. I love that about him.
That's awesome. That is, he's genuinely one of the nicest people that even I've had the pleasure of getting to know a little bit better in this lockdown season of the MJ show. You know, Leslie, since 30th of March, I've had 162 different guests on the MJ show right now already, and hopefully before the year, I think before November, I should have 200 people who featured on this lockdown season of the MJ show. And I'm so happy to have you back on the show today. In fact, the second time during the lockdown itself. And like I've always told you, every time you have a new song, come back. We'll talk a little bit about the song, let people know a little bit about the story behind the song, about the making of the song, and just share your music with as many people as possible.
I would love to. I would love to, because that's the only way I can get the songs out. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I look forward.
By the way, before we wrap up, just listen to this beautiful message that Ria has sent you. She says she's a very big fan of yours, and she says, I love listening to the Colonial Cousins songs, especially the song related to depression and suicidal thoughts. Which song relates to depression and suicidal thoughts? Ria, I'm a little confused right now, but I'm glad that you love the music of Colonial Cousins. I don't remember. I can't think of a song right now of the Colonial Cousins which related to that, but maybe there was something that you related with, or that you were able to identify with. Do let me know what that is. But for everybody who's watching right now, and for everybody who will watch this eventually on the YouTube channel of the MJ Show.
Star. Maybe
Which
Guiding
one?
Star. Guiding Star.
Right,
because
right.
it's the same thing. I'm lost. I'm depressed. I need to find my way, which is exactly like Chandrama. It's saying the same
Correct.
thing. Show me the way. Be my guiding star.
She's saying, I think it was in black and white, so I don't remember which video that was, but maybe you're right. I was saying, before we wrap up for today, could you, for all your fans, sing any of the numerous hits that you've had, any song that you know that people really love, maybe something that you have sung? It could be Hasina, it could be one of your Colonial Cousins songs, or it could be a song that you've written, something which was a big hit as well.
Okay, so I'm just going to sing a more universal. I mean, they're all popular in their own space, but let me sing. I think this has kind of become an anthem now. With this generation, and so I want to dedicate this song to everybody on the Mihir Joshi show. Not just you, everybody who's joined in. And yes, I keep singing this song quite often online, but I think a lot of people connect with it right away. It's not like the other songs aren't important. They are all very important, but I think this has gone like pretty global now. यारों दोस्ती बड़ी हसीन है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है, कोई तो दिलबर हो या बेगरज तेरा हो या कोई तो हो राज़दार. यारों मोहब्बत की तो बंदगी है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है, कोई तो हो राज़दार बेगरज तेरा हो या कोई तो हो राज़दार. तेरी हर एक बुराई पे डांटे वो दो, गम की हो तू तो साया बने तेरा वो दोस्त, नाचे भी वो तेरी खुशी में है. अरे यारों मोहब्बत की तो बंदगी है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है, कोई तो दिलबर हो या बेगरज तेरा हो या कोई तो हो राज़दार. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. यारों दोस्ती बड़ी हसीन है, ये ना हो तो क्या फिर बोलो ये जिंदगी है,
Absolutely superb. And you know what? All I want to ask from God is that everything gets back to normal as soon as possible, so that I don't have to be sitting in my room and Leslie sitting in his room. Hopefully, we can do the next episode that we eventually land up doing, sitting side by side, so that you can hear us better, see us better, not worry about internet connection and bandwidth and Wi-Fi and 4G and all of that stuff that we have to constantly worry about. Hopefully, we get a vaccine soon so that we can get our life back to normal. But all of those things that we are wishing for are exactly what he has written for in his song Chandrama. So I'm kind of connecting it back to the reason why. Go and check out Chandrama, the new is on his YouTube channel. Somebody seems to be might be an issue with my internet over here. 1 second. Oh yeah, there you go. And I can see Leslie again. I was saying, yeah, we're back. I was saying it's such a joy to talk to you always. So thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with me again.
I'm waiting for the day when I can talk about your song, the one.
I am looking forward to that too. I'm super duper looking forward to that. You know, that time we should do an episode with somebody else interviewing the two of us. I'll figure that out. It'll be an episode of the MJ Show with a guest host. Some, like how Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon have been doing it when they want, or Stephen Colbert, when they want to take a break, they get some celebrity friend of theirs to come and guest host the show. I'm going to get a guest host who can interview me and you on the MJ Show eventually when that happens. Then of course we'll go and talk about it elsewhere as well, but we'll do it over here as well.
That will be first on the MJ Show, I think.
That will be a first on the MJ Show for sure. But I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much, Leslie, not just for Chandrama, but for the friendship that you've shared with me and for being here today with me. Take care of yourself and I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Rock and roll.
All right. See you soon. That's pretty much all the time we have for now, ladies and gentlemen. That is the absolutely incredible Leslee Lewis. My name is Mihir Joshi. This was the MJ Show and I'll see you again very soon. Take care of yourself. Bye.